but it went from industrial to Toys R Us very fast. Morning, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop today. Today is a Saturday. It is 6:45 in the morning. It is still dark outside. Days are getting shorter. And so if I look tired, that is why. And it's cold. It's getting chilly. The warm days are going away. I'm in pants. Look, pants and boots. When's the last time you saw a video of mine where I was wearing pants and boots in the shop? Yeah, it is what it is. But we are going to get working on our CNC again here. Figured I'd make up some time. Probably going to do a bunch of little things and then do a recap, because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is very much so just little tedious little things. Like, I probably don't need to explain all this to you. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see how it goes. I know there's stuff I've already done to the CNC that you guys don't know of yet. And I'll run through everything that I've done. But I've also noticed my, how would I say, my work quality is getting a little bit lax, because I'm getting pretty dedicated on this and I want to just get it done. But you also get those issues where, you know, overthinking it doesn't get you anywhere, and eventually you just have to take action. And I found out I get a lot done if I just do. You know, don't think, just do. Problem is that mistakes happen that way. And yeah, sometimes it's hard to dig out of a hole. But I'm going to keep going on this guy. I'm going to update you of what I've done so far and things that I've done off camera. Might do some time lapse. We'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm so tired I can barely think. So I might take a sit, finish my coffee, plan the day. So stick with me here, guys. So, as you can see, I've been busy because it's a mess. Everything's a mess right now. But if your shop ain't messy, you ain't doing nothing. Right? That should be on a shirt. I'm going to put that on a shirt. I like that. But anyways, since we last spoke, we worked on our Z-axis right here. And she turned out pretty beefy. Oh, and what is this? Cable tracks. I got cable tracks. And yes, I do have these ones installed. Another issue I found is for the cable tracks, again, this is one of those things that I didn't think through at the beginning. I didn't really understand where I was going to put them, what I was going to do with them. But I think I'm making do with what I got. The reason I haven't filmed any putting this on is because I kind of just one day walked in here and just started messing with it and, you know, trying to make something work. And it wasn't really worth filming. But I got this top one on. This is what I decided on doing. I have brackets off of, I have an angle iron bracket off this side plate. It's utilizing the same bolts that's holding this on. And I just have a little U-channel cut in there so I can have a route to route my wires into here. And she goes down all the way to here to another piece of angle iron that I have bolted underneath the gantry. Again, just angle iron. Angle iron is the best building material I've ever used or had. It's just great. You can do anything with it. I see a lot of guys, when they do their cable tracks, they run it like up top, like it's up here. I don't like that. It looks kind of out there, it looks very in the way. The downside to where I put it, though, is that I'm losing space down. But from the other side, it's really not protruding anywhere, and it looks nice and clean when it's up. And so I had to, there's a little bit of sag in these tracks, so I just made a quick and ugly bracket. Where's it? Right here. Just a flat iron. So now when I rotate this thing, she slides that out of the way, and this is just a little plate to catch the slack when she comes back. So it's a little tight here for my plasma to get to the end of the table, but it'll work. And this way it looks nice and clean when you're looking at it from the front. And that way when it pulls out, it just goes on the top half. Not bad, right? Got fruit flies in here. Every day there's a new animal or something in here. This is ridiculous. Anyways, so I've started working on the side one. This one took a lot of time, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. So where we're at now is I'm going to build a bracket off the inside of this pipe here. And so this will be like that. And I have a bracket. Where can you see this thing here? Moved here. And I have a bracket bolted to the underbelly of the side plate here. Just a piece of, I don't know, it's like an 1/8 inch, maybe even thinner. Yeah, just with some bolt holes to accommodate this. I wanted it to be inside. Again, I didn't want it on the outside. I already got the motors sticking out something ugly. Last thing I needed was a big old cable track. And I figured I had all this dead space. Why not mount it inside here? So that's where I'm at right now. Everything seems to be going okay. I am going to have to do a lot of thinking about how I'm going to be running my wires up in here. But it'll work, I hope. Should look nice and cleaned up when she's done. But yeah, it kind of went together pretty quick. That's why I didn't film anything. I just kind of brought the cable tracks home and started slapping it together. But yeah, so far working really good. The top worked really good. That went really quick. This one I'm gonna have to think on a little bit more yet. Like I said about cable, how I'm gonna, run all that stuff. And I did some experimenting. And my plasma cutter, that's why it's pulled out here and all rat nested here. That lead with the torch, if I mount my plasma smart underneath this table, I should have enough lead to run my plasma torch lead through my cable track and down, which would be pretty slick. I didn't expect to be able to do that. Okay. So, as you can see, sun's coming up now, and I haven't got a lot done, but that's just the way life goes. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna grab a seat here. So this is kind of what I got mocked up here. Again, my good friend angle iron, coming in clutch. Remember when I said that my how do I say? My quality of workmanship has gone down a little bit, because normally I would make some fancy triangulated bracket here, maybe try to make it look nice, but I don't got time for that. So I'm just gonna cut this piece of angle iron down to the right length. I just have everything C-clamped up here at the moment, and I'm gonna weld it on the backside. We'll use my TIG 225 prime weld for that. I'll put a video up here for about my review that I did on that guy. That thing is still working awesome. I love that machine. But it's gonna be an ugly place to weld because it'll be along the backside here. So you might get a video clip of me sitting under this thing looking pretty. And I'm also gonna put a piece of angle iron on the back. It won't be sticking out that far, don't worry. I'm just gonna put a little bracket out there. Same thing as the upside, because it sags a little bit, so that thing's gonna climb that guy and straighten out, if that makes sense. So it'll just be 2 pieces of angle iron hanging out off the side of this machine. Again, it won't be the prettiest. I might even make a strip that goes underneath across for both of them. I don't know. Okay guys, got those welded into place. More or less tacked, but good enough for what I'm doing. It ain't pretty, but she'll work. I had a TIG weld in some pretty interesting angles for me, so I mean it was good practice, so that's all good. But yeah, just 2 pieces of angle. Yeah, nothing pretty, but she'll work. So now, what next?
Well, guys, I went a little bit off the beaten path there with what I was going to do with this thing, but I painted it. Yeah, check this out, boys. Some black and like a tealish green. Now, a little story about that green. I wanted to do a pop color on some of the stuff. You know, that green that a lot of machinery is, you know, it's hard to explain, but like if you look at Grizzly Machine Corporation, like their lathes and their mills, they all have this like industrial green. And I was kind of going for that, but it went from industrial to Toys R Us very fast with this color. But, you know, my daughter approves. So I'm just going to run with it. I think it actually looks kind of sweet. Like, it's really growing on me. And no, it looks really sharp. I left some shiny stuff because, you know, that's all fine and dandy. But it's funny, it actually rolls quieter now that it's painted, but that'll wear off. So I'm going to keep going here. Yeah, so I think my next step is I'm going to find a location for my plasma cutter. And some stuff I did off camera that you guys didn't see is I put this rail in here. I'm going to put a shelf there that fits my plasma in there. I'll probably also do my control box either on the top one or the bottom one. We'll see what I do. But if I have it where that shelf is, I should have enough space to run my cable through. So I'm going to get that going. I'm going to work on the electronics next, at least make a board that I can screw everything down on. And we'll go with that. I got to tap into the plasma yet and grab the trigger wire. But other than that, she's coming together, boys. Light at the end of the tunnel, big time. Really excited. The fact that it's just painted is a huge step for me. I think I said earlier I wasn't going to, but it was a nice day, no wind, and I only got a little bit of overspray on my truck, so it'll be fine. I did scratch up the paint job already with the water pan, but it's a snug fit in there that, yeah, and I don't plan on ever really taking it out. I also welded on a nipple here. I have a ball valve for that. That's to drain the water. I'm going to put an end for a garden hose on it too so I can lead it out the shop. Little things. Yeah, so I'm going to work on plasma location, which I kind of explained. I'm going to work on the electronics next and the limit switches locations next. I think that's where I'm going to end this video so you have a little bit of a preview of what's coming next. But thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I really appreciate it. I have way more subscribers than I ever thought I'd have, so it's fantastic. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying it, let me know why. Hit that like button, and you know what? We'll see you on the next one. See you.